Yes, we are live now. So, hey folks, this is the first show of Perfect Dollar, and I'm very glad that Ashit came as a first guest, and also a lot of guests planned out there in the series. And also, of course, I'm empowering a lot of folks here. So, if you want to join my shows as an host, you're all welcome. And I'm very glad that Ashit came on the show because most of the times, you know what, as a young engineer, I've faced that situation where, can I just spend all my money and can I not waste any of the things that is going bad here? And most of the times I've realized one thing, there is something wrong about the entire technology stack that we're going through or something like that. So in the meanwhile, I've understood one thing, uh, there is going to be a new effect. There is a new challenge that is coming up in the market. There is a new way in which we are hustling out. That's all fine. Let's get it started. Let's understand what is stock market. Let's understand what to be invested in, what not. And thank you so much, Harshit bro, for being on the show. Means a lot.
Thank you, Vishwas. Yeah,
So let's get
so
started. Yes.
yeah, So before I start, I would like to tell about myself. So I'm currently an engineer working in Cognizant, and I started my stock market journey exactly an year ago. So till now, yeah, I have lost some money and I have gained as well. But the problem with not investing is that you will never get to know whether you will lose the money or gain the money if you don't invest. So when I started my stock market journey, before that, I was listening to a lot of podcasts, a lot, like on finance, not only in just finance, but also how to invest safely. And in every podcast, they used to mention that if you are investing, there is always a risk. Be it a bear market or like a bull market, there is always going to be a risk. The thing is having a strategy, because stock market is a game of patience. Like, on a serious note, it is a game of patience. I can give you an example. Recently LIC was listed on IPO. So sorry for the distance. Yeah, recently LIC was listed on an IPO, and people invested just because like the IPO market was on boom, and everyone knows what happened. So the people who really knew why they need to buy the LIC IPO, they are, no matter what, they are going to be like earning a good amount of dividend, or they are going to be having a good portfolio in the future, because everyone knows that insurance is a long term game. So happens with like, for example, if I say that you don't have a strategy. So what happens when you don't have a strategy? If you don't have a strategy, you are going to invest your money everywhere, and sometimes you may get written, and sometimes you may lose, and you may lose all your money, because now you are, now you are like targeting every market, and you don't know you don't have any clue about where the market is going to be in the next 10 years or 5 years. So first thing first is have a strategy. Now what do I mean by strategy? Strategy means philosophy. So there is a saying that if you don't have a philosophy and you don't follow it diligently, you're not going to make it. So why they say it like this? The reason is that strategy means discipline. And if you are disciplined, that I am going to read about this market, I am going to search about this market, I am going to make my money. For example, uh, how many of us would have knew that IT is going to boom in the last decade? Because the world came out of like the 2008 financial crisis of America, and like the companies were like avoiding themselves. Okay, not to invest in the real estate, and then they were also avoiding themselves to not invest in the real estate market as well, not just in the real estate but real estate market. So the other option left with was technology, or utility sector. Utility sector is like power sector, this banking sector, and they invested the money in the technology market specifically for India. That was IT, and everyone knew like what has happened since then. So there has to be, there has to be a vision. You need to look for it, and if you are not looking for it, you're not looking for it in a way. For example, if you so many of us know right now that we are that electric vehicle is going to have a, a major breakthrough in our country, but many people are not realizing that the money you are not going to make is the money you are going to make is not in just Tata or Mahindra or Ashok Leyland stock. It is in the every sector. Now you have to keep an eye that which sector is going to give money to the electric vehicle industry. Now you have to see what are the needs. For example, for the electric vehicle industry, so infrastructure is a need, electricity is a need, power generation is a need. So even if you buy an automotive stock, it is not going to give you a high amount of return if that person who buys the car is not able to charge it. So then infrastructure comes in. Now who are betting on infrastructure? So mostly the PSU companies are betting on it because there's a very high, you know, like high liquidity project. High liquidity. You are not. I'm not just talking about just 1 crore rupees for like 10 charges. I'm talking about like at least 20 to 30 charges at a place, and it can cost you sometimes 50 crores. If you are going for like you want to charge your vehicle in just 15 minutes, you need to buy some expensive chargers. So that is the case. Mining industry. Now we all know that if a car is being sold, then definitely petrol stock is always going to have a good, return, but in a long term, not in the short term, because the as the petrol prices fluctuate, the prices go up and down. So we all know that electric vehicle is going to run on battery. Batteries have raw material. Where we are going to find that raw material? The mining companies of India or any country are going to mine them for you. They are going to sell it to battery companies. Now, battery company is going to manufacture the batteries and sell it to the automotive companies. So you can see the supply chain, and you can that's how you can track the stock market. So also there is if you there is this thing called, when you are researching about something, always start with the people who have already like made either some big amount of money in that industry, or they must have for example, they have been like telling about it or teaching about it for a very long time. There is a person, Vishwanath. I'm forgetting the name. This guy actually evaluates the company. He's a professor at Harvard, and he actually evaluates the company on the basis of what their business was 10 years ago and what their business is going to be 10 years ago. So for Amazon, they say that if you are going against Amazon, prepare to get thrown away from the industry. That's what they say it. And why they say it? Because they have a ton of money. Now when you have a ton of money, you can make your price go to like 5 rupees. They can sell an iPhone for 100 rupees, and you will be like sitting there selling it for 1 lakh rupees. So that's the power of money they have. But if you want to have a technology breakthrough, you need to find the right time to invest, and right people to be get mentored from. And when I'm talking mentored from, so for me, Whenever I want to read about automotive market, I don't go to the newspaper, I don't go to internet to read about it. What I do is, on my all social media platform, I have followed the companies. Sorry, it's right.
Not
Yeah.
a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah. Actually, I live close to the airport, so it's, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So now, if you say that you want to, you don't have mentors basically, okay, and you don't know how to track an industry, the one thumb rule I follow is follow the company's original social media accounts. That is the fastest way to get any kind of information. You must have seen that you read some blog or some post on a third party site, and you see that this and this company has released their new car. Okay, before going to that website, that is already on their official Instagram page of that company. So now you are getting information much prior than to the people who are actually going to write about it. Other thing is that I everything I learned about stock market is through YouTube. But now they have very, like, a lot of tools. Specifically, if I say, is Zerodha. Now many people say that we have Grow, you have learning videos over there and all that. I know it is there, but again philosophy comes in. Okay, so the philosophy of Zerodha team, or you can say company, is very simple. They want people to invest, but they also want people to invest smartly. So they have made different apps for different kinds of investing. They if now they were here not to enter into the market of intraday trading. Okay, they know it, like the person who is doing intraday trading, he's not actually like, no, the individual, you and me, like us, they are not actually making a lot of money in intraday trading. Now people are, but it was not back then, like 10 years ago it was not the case. So who was making the money in the intraday trades? The big traders were making the money. So to streamline that process, they brought this Zerodha, and now you and I can intratrade, but we don't have that much time to do intratrading. If you are a full-time trader, that's a different thing. But if you are a working employee, then it becomes a problem. So what you have to do is, you can either start with SIP, that is systematic investment plan, that is the best out there. But then you have to keep in mind that what industry are you specific about. So either pick from the small case, which is the like Zerodha's a partnership with the small case, or choose your research and pick the stocks and make the SIP of it. That is one way. But again, if you do that, it will be time consuming. So other than that, what you can do is, there is a app by Zerodha called Veracity. Now what Veracity does is, it teaches you about stock market through interactive videos, which they have recently introduced this month, or through blog post of real examples of real companies. And you will learn all the technical terms there, all the technical terms, like every technical term you will came across during the like your trading career, or you can say like investment career, that is you're going to learn over there. And it's very interactive, very interactive app. Like there are some apps who give you everything for free and don't charge you anything. It is that kind of app. No ads, nothing, just plain simple UI, and a very amazing app. Then what happens is, many people will tell you to invest in mutual funds. Okay, because that is the very safe, and all that. The problem with mutual funds is that you will going to see that someday that mutual fund owner decide to shift his portfolio, and you are not interested about that portfolio. For example, you don't track mining companies or petrochemical companies, like that, and they think of investing in that portfolio, then what you're going to do? Your money is already in there. So the best way to do it is systematic investment plan, because it is cheap, and it is like kind of, you know like a danger free zone area. You can lose money, definitely. If the market goes down, you will, but then it is a very safe option because it was your strategy. So again, it is very easy to make an excuse that so and so mutual fund owner changed his portfolio to this and this, and that's why I lost my money. But when it will come on you that it was your strategy, your philosophy, then the blame will be much less. And there is that is where you are going to learn that what stock market is.
Hmm.
So like for example, if I say, uh, I have given the tips. I know though those the stock market does not work on tips, it works on science. Okay, but the thing is that right now the companies which are going to be profitable, it is being like said by every big investment firms and companies that PSU sector is going to go. And why they are saying that? Because from 2010 to 2012, if you see the hiring by PSU, hirings was very low. So when the hiring is very low, company has not like not companies don't have not many employees. When they don't have many employees, innovation is less. The maybe the profit is coming good, but the innovation is like the money investing in R&D is less. The money given to new employees or new hiring is less. Now they are sitting with a big chunk of monies. PSUs are like always said that they generate a lot of revenues even if they are in loss.
Financial
So
decision.
yeah, yeah. So actually PSUs are always been in loss. It's just they know how to make money. So when that is the case, so they will sometime at some point of time they have to change. Because what will happen, for example, if so and so director of a PSU is not very prone to hiring or bringing new employees or investing in R&D, what will happen, some other PSU going to take place. Then comes the competition time. And now from 2020 to 2030, it is being said that PSUs are going to outperform many of the very good stocks. Reason is why? Because 2011 to 2012, the pattern was that they are falling and falling and falling. From 2001 to 2010, PSU stocks performed really well. Even the time of recession as well. So now when we all know that they have a lot of chunk of money and they are going to invest in R&D and all that, so they are going to make profit out of it. They are going to make loss, but in the long term that will be a win-win situation. So if you have a strategy, if you have a philosophy, the stock market becomes very easy. Don't be like this, like that I'm going to track the technology stock, FMCG sector also, power utility sector also. Either you should be very much investing your time on daily basis about this market, or you are working in that sector. For example, if you are working in a technology sector, you will keep yourself updated, and with in parallel to that you can take some other sector for which you have to study about. Okay, that's one way of doing it. And now I'm going to give you a very good like resource I came across. I will like
Share your
share
screen.
in the chat the website name.
Yep. In the private chat, and yeah, I can put that on the comment
I
section
just
here.
yeah, just wait.
Yeah, and also like you can talk more about your journey as well, like more
Yeah,
of these
yeah,
things, like
yeah. I'm
building
going to
the
talk
first
about that
dollar,
as well.
things like that. Because
Yeah,
more of it is we need the visual aspects because it's all
yeah,
charts once you get in.
yeah. So basically, like if you see right now, I am a working engineer. So Yeah, Saturday Sunday is off, but I am actually not going out on Saturday Sundays as well. The reason is that it's has become a kind of a habit, you can say, that I invest my Saturday Sundays on learning something. Now people will say, oh, what about your social life and all that? The point is, how many times you're going to party on Saturday Sunday? Okay,
True.
you like, how many times do you think, like, if somebody gives you like a time frame that you can party as much you want, okay, with as much amount of money, how many days are you going to do that? Like, just have a simple maths. I can bet you that it will not be more than 24 hours, because after that your body will break down. So when it comes to that, and as I live on the outskirt of, Uttarakhand, so it's in the Dehradun. So basically, my time of, making myself to go to a party, it's like making my mind that I will go out. Okay, and the investment that goes into that, making that mind, is much more tiring than actually going to the party. So that's the thing. And I spend my most of the time like reading stuff, watching podcast. I'll watch a lot of podcast, and listen to a lot of podcast. And the thing is that I've been trying many things lately. For example, video editing. I started with Canva. Now I'm using DaVinci Resolve to edit videos. I was writing blogs before this. I was reading about, I was doing courses about electric vehicles, coding, and all that. And day by day, I am like kind of, changing it. After every 2 weeks, my schedule or pattern changes. So there is one more thing which I recently, applied, and it kind of worked for me, and I think it will work for most of you people. So we know that our attention span is very less. Okay, we are living in a world where just 5 seconds of your attention is enough to attract you, and everyone is fighting that for that 5 seconds. So uh, like almost 5 months back, I decided to, invest uh, in any skill, first by myself, then by getting mentored by someone. So for example, if I want to go to the gym, I'm going to do exercises daily, including Saturday, Sundays, for at least 1 month, to see whether I can actually do it, like follow that routine and have that discipline or not. If not, I'm going to extend that for the next month. And I was able to do it for almost 45 days. After that, I decided that I will go to the gym. And the best part about it is that now I don't need a reason to go to the gym. I have a reason to go to the gym, that is health.
Results.
I Yeah, the thing is that many people think that we will learn this course and we will do this thing. No, you are not going to do that. You have to start, and also start doing the thing as well. Anything you do in this world, anything, any kind of exercise, any kind of investment, if you just read about it, there is no point of having, a lot of knowledge if you can't apply it. Okay, it's just like having like a degree in culinary arts, and you don't practice it daily on your home, in your home. So that is the one thing. And I have developed that little by little, because I am seeing the results, and they are great in everything, even for books. Like, for books, I was never a kid who used to read book, never. Like, if you ask my mom, she will say that I still feel his English is very bad. She will still say. So so the thing with me was that if I want to read about, like, people or books, and if I want to do research, I need to read. Okay, so how I started, like, I literally started with one word. I like for almost 5 days, just one word of the book. Okay. And like after 5 day, on the sixth day, I read at least like two paragraphs, and I was like, okay, I'm tired. And then came Sunday, and I was like, I read the whole chapter. Like it became so interesting. But then the downfall came that you miss. So what happens is when you miss one day, you fall back 2 days. That's the thing. Very, many people don't know. If you have heard about Michael Phillips, okay, he said that he trade, like there is right now, there is a, this myth going around, like 18 hours a work day. Okay.
Yeah.
And people are like saying it, no, don't push yourself that much, or don't harm yourself that much and all that. And I was just reading about Michael Phillips, and he said that for like almost 8 years, he didn't see, like he was not able to see the results, like the kind of hard work he's doing. And after 8 years, 8 gold medals. And for 5 continuous years, like 5 continuous years, he never skipped a day to anything else, but he was like exercising 365 days multiplied by 5. And
That's an
that
investment.
will
It's an investment.
that's an investment. Yeah, that's if I say that you want to invest your $1, that is $1 every day for almost 365 days, and then for almost
Into
five
five.
consecutive years. You can imagine that is something near close to $15,000. And if that $15,000 are there, just imagine what will happen. Like it's like he also said that if you for example, if you are investing somewhere in a bank, okay, and you are investing there to take out the money at the end of the year for your trip, okay, you if you want that trip to be great, you have to invest with discipline every day the amount you have set. If one day you think, no, today I will go home early and I will not invest, it is going to affect you in the end. And for example, if you go just like 5 minutes early for one day, and you go 5 minutes early almost every day for 365 days, just calculate the time frame you have lost. And if you add just 1 minute, that is 365 minutes in a year. So that is what happens is nobody who has ever been great likes to do what they do. Like for myself also, I wake up like very late, but today it was the podcast, so I slept early and I made myself that I will wake up early. it's
Yep.
been like it's been like 3 years now that I don't keep alarm, because I know I cannot wake up through alarm. I know that. So why the hell should I put it? So
And also,
when
like,
you will,
market has its own alarms, right? You can't actually rely on them.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't actually
So
rely on them.
it's always about what is happening outside and how you are reacting to it. So if the
Hmm.
whole market is like selling, you are going to sell it. But that's not your strategy, is that's not what your philosophy is. Your
Fine.
philosophy was the long term, that I am going to play for the long term. And those people who have patience in any kind of sector, they outperform, like they outperform massively.
Got it.
Okay, so that's the thing. And if I say like
How do you see?
specifically, yeah,
How do
yeah,
you see and stock growing? That's what my question was more towards. Like,
yeah.
you
So
had some
there
tools and
are,
you had some
yeah,
integrations and you were actually going through that.
yeah. So again, I have not read the book The Angel Investor. I have not read the book of Warren Buffett, that how they pick the stock, how they see it. I don't do that. It's their philosophy. And even Warren Buffett says that he don't pick the stock, he picks the company. It's a very simple line but very deep line. What he mean by that is he's not investing in the company, he's investing in the person who is leading that company. When he bought shares of Apple, Apple was just under 1 trillion, and now everyone knows where Apple is. Why he invested? He did not invested in Apple when Steve Jobs was there. He invested in Apple when Tim Cook came into power. That's the thing. They invest in people. The whole India saw the Shark Tank. The Shark Tank invested in the people. Yeah, they invested in the product and how it will perform in the market. Is it really the need of the market? But they invest in people. That is their strategy, their philosophy. They are, going to follow it no matter what. No matter what, even if they suffer losses in the future. So, with that, and my philosophy is always like that. Recently, my philosophy was that I'm going to buy aluminium stocks. Now everybody will say like, what are you seeing in aluminium stock? Like, so if you see in India, almost 80% of the vehicle are using aluminium as their main part for the chassis. All the batteries you are going to see in the futures will come in the aluminium casing. It's a very light material basically. So when it is light, it is very good for the automotive industry. Yeah, it's expensive, but then it has its own qualities as well. So I was following the like aluminum stock, and the day I bought it, after just 4 days, the whole aluminum market was down, and I was like, "What is this?" And there was a FOMO of selling it, but I did not. Like I did not, and I just kept
How much did
buying
you make
after
like
that.
over a course of time? Like how much did it rise?
So I invested something near close to 3,000 in 6 to 7 stocks of Indalco in the Hindustan Aluminium mining and construction, the Aditya Birla mining and construction. So they're in this. It is their mining business, but it's in the form of name of Indalco, Hindustan Aluminium. So I bought their shares. I studied about the company. I followed the people in the top management because that is a very great way to get the insights of the company. They will share about new things they are going to do, new plans they have, 10-year vision they have. Okay, and I know I am not there going to like keep my stock for 10 years, but I want to know their 10 years vision. So because their 10-year vision includes 7-year and 5-year vision.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So if you see right now, I don't know who they hired as their marketing team, but they are doing pretty good in their marketing as well. If you see on LinkedIn, recently I shared a post about Hindustan Aluminium only, and they are using memes to attract the audience, and those memes are legit good memes. So I know everybody is doing the meme marketing these days, but to see it coming from a very established companies, you can say, you know, which like these companies don't like to change their businesses. Okay, they don't like it at all. But look at them, they are doing it, and they know how to, bring profits in. So that's how like my focus was strictly that aluminum sector has a lot of growth, a lot of potential, and the returns were, yeah, the returns, if you see in the 7 to 8 years, were great in aluminum sector
Yeah.
in 2011 to 2020. So now because the earnings have increased in India, people are becoming more and more, uh, informed and learning new stuff, so they are also like earning good bucks. When they are earning good bucks, they are going to spend it, and where they are going to spend it, it's mostly
Stocks.
on their, yeah, it's either on stocks or to buy the things of that
Yeah.
company. Yeah. So
Sure.
that, yeah.
I think you had some sort of a visualization that you wanted to show and
I
you
do
wanted to
I
speak
do
about.
visualize. I do visualize.
I think you
So
had to
I
share some screen, I think. Yeah, like you can
yeah
explain it well.
so there is this thing I made this specifically for you guys. What happens is, so I am learning coding right now, and I'm not a very good coder right now. It's just I'm able to understand things very fast. So I wanted to make my own finance tracker. The reason of not buying any from the market was simple, that it's my finance. I'm not going to share how much money I invest or how much money. It's very personal. Not everyone share their how much they earn or how much they invest. So I made a finance tracker for you guys. You can use it, and I will make it public in few days, or you can DM me if you need it. So this is the finance tracker. If you are able to see my screen.
Sure. I think I feel that, if you want to understand the market, try behaving as
Yeah,
the one who wants to actually go and disrupt it, and actually try go understand and create a new
don't like
scenario.
a person should not think like that they are going to disrupt the market. that
Yeah,
that
that's
that cannot happen. Like, you cannot, like, to disrupt the
if you
market,
don't have
either
an
you
investment. If you don't
yeah,
have the right investment, you can't really do that.
yeah. If it's very simple. Every person who has short the investment market, they were either hedge funds, or they had some insights already. Okay,
Hmm.
there are few people. There is a guy, an Indian guy who used to live in London. He short the US stock market by sitting in London. He just created a fake uh, orders of buying IT stock, and then also immediately created a fake, you can say, orders of uh, like buying those stocks as well,
Hmm.
like the selling and the buying. Now, as the market saw that, everyone started to sell it. Everyone. He literally wiped a large amount of money from the market that day, and he
Hmm.
made a big chunk of money. But nobody can say anything to him because everything he did was legal.
Got it.
Yeah,
Sure. I think
he act because he actually bought some of this, like, big orders
stocks.
he placed. Yeah, big orders he placed. So when we talk about order, that means large number of stocks. We are not just talking about 1,000 or 100
One or
stocks. It can be like 1 lakh
ten
stocks, or
thousand. Yeah, one
yeah,
lakh.
yeah. So
Sure,
he
you can go
created
ahead.
that, and yeah. So I will show my screen. I think you can see my screen. uh, is it visible?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is a website, and they have an app also. It's called Notion. But again, I don't like to do anything on my phone. Like, most of the apps I have in my phone, either I have a substitute of them in my laptop, or I will find my way to get the substitute somehow. So this is a finance tracker I made personally for myself, and it is a little bit of coding and little bit of brainstorming to make it down. So this tracker has an income tracker and an expense tracker. So all you have to do is just, you have to put your money in here, and automatically everything will get counted for you. For example, like, if I say my salary is 30,000 per month, so it's for September. I have kept it. The financial year is 21, and it will be, so here's a mistake. It will be 22 and 23, from 22 to 23. And you can, like, just deduct your, if your tax got there, and you have PF, you have, after every deduction, like, it will automatically, like, give you this amount. This is the sign of a formula. So you will get your sum, and then you can use it again for your expense tracker. Most people do is they parallelly keep their income and expense tracker. That is not a good way to do it. Always, just always, one third of your money should always be kept aside in your savings. Always. If you have 30,000, 10,000, boom, saved. straight away. No if, no but. Okay. And that's the thing. So after that, I have like, I pay my mom like, it's, I've kept it mom salaries, because she's like, you have to pay this much amount every month to me. I'm like, okay. So because it's work from home right now, so that makes sense as well. But yeah, so I've made it very clear for the things. Now you will be wondering that, do I have to make this every time for my month? No, you just add the table, add the table, add the table, and it will be same like this. You can even change it in your next table. For example, if you have no investment, for example, I needed to buy it, so I have put it in a variable. So some things are fixed. For example, that is home utilities, it is fixed that 2000 I'm going to invest there. Gym fees fixed 1100. Bills, they are variable because they can vary from 10,000 to 5,000. Then we have fixed deposit. It is fixed. It is fixed because it has to go out from your account. So things which are not fixed are variables. So I have made this thing. It is a very good way to keep track of your money, where it is going. And trust me, it works like a charm. It will save you a ton of money. Keeping a record of your money is actually a very good skill. Many startup founders also don't have. Many startup.
Got it.
Okay, so I will share this thing, or you can DM me because it's
I
still
think
a little bit incomplete. Yeah.
I think you have to learn investing in a market space more than investing in a company also, because you
before
have to
learning
understand.
before Yeah, so before you learn investing in a marketplace, start investing in yourself first. You
Yeah.
cannot learn investing in a marketplace if you don't know uh, what you are investing for. Like
Yep.
many people will jump into the investment market, or you can say they will have a FOMO that I have started earning, I'm going to invest it. I started earning like a year ago, and yeah, I enjoyed my first 2, 3, 4 like months of my salary. I spent it all like like there was no if but. I spent the all the money I was getting in my account, because there was a thing that I need to buy these shoes. I need to buy this thing, but now it has changed. It has came to be like, do I need it?
Do
How
it.
I can manage it? Okay, that is
Got
how I now do it. And it is true. If you want to start investing, please start on your own first, then go for some CA or something like that. Because if you just straight away go to some CA or something like that, it is pretty obvious you don't know where your money is going.
Yep. I think making that first
Yeah.
dollar is also about investing in yourself, that you save some money, then you go and invest there. That's how market
you
works.
know
That's how market is
you
all
know
about.
what's the good thing about market is, I bought a share for 570 rupees. It fell
Which one?
down to sorry, I cannot name it. Yeah, so okay, it's Hindustan Aluminium share. I bought it for some 570 or something, and I placed an order of 5 shares, so it was something 2500 rupees or something. And so I invested 2500. I have not sold an a single share of it, and like I kept it, and I saw it falling. I
Hmm.
saw that falling, and it fell to like to 340, I guess. And I was like, man, this is a very huge mistake I made. In 1 month, it has bounced back 100 rupees, and recently they gave a dividend as well. So per share, I guess 28 rupees. That was their dividend. I know it's very low for what I have invested, but I know the potential of that market. So I'm not having that FOMO that I will sell it the moment it crosses 500. Yeah.
Sure. I think,
There is
yes, I
this
think thank
line
you.
I want to say. There is this line I want to say. The skill of investing in anything, be it stock market, industry, or yourself, is to know the trend before it gets viral.
Yep.
Okay,
That's true.
so if you know that trend before it gets viral, that's where you make money.
That's
I,
true.
I want people to to start investing and lose their money. Like I want that. The more you lose your money, the more you will get to know that it is not a gamble. It is pure science.
Science.
Yeah,
That's true. Because
yeah.
losses, chaos is something that I also evangelize for the DevOps world. Like you need
Losses
chaos to.
losses are part of profit.
Yep,
You
that's
we
true.
say na we
PNL.
say na that.
It's PNL. At the end of that, it's
Yeah,
PNL.
and yeah. So many people say na that I made this and this money and this and this money. If you made this and this money and everybody is making money, who is taking the losses then?
Yep.
Like it's a very simple question.
It
Like
has to
if
set an
everybody
example.
is making, yeah. So if somebody, your profit is someone else loss. Simple. Your loss is someone else profit. That's it.
Got it.
Stock market has no emotions
Sure.
for
I
me.
think thank you.
Yeah. I think I am open for questions if
There
there
is no
are
Notion.
any.
There is no Notion page which actually works for you in the stock market. There's no Notion page.
Yeah,
You have to really learn investing over a
yeah,
long run. That's true.
yeah.
I think
Actually,
thank you,
yeah,
Arshit. Thank you, Arshit, for
yeah.
being on the
Thank you,
show
thank you
and
so
also
much.
sharing
Yeah,
your insights because a
yeah.
lot of times it's not about
See,
it.
I'm a noob. I'm a noob right now. I will be very very bluntly honest. I am a noob right now, but I know I am not going to be a noob in the next 2 years.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
It's true. I
yeah,
think thank you so much, Harshit. Let's just end the
yeah,
broadcast. Thank you so much, folks, for being on the show. It means a lot. This is
yeah,
Vishwas Nayan signing off from the show.
yeah.
Thank you so much.